Hello everyone, welcome to La Rochelle. We're here aboard the new 41, the FP41. Today we're going to be showing you this new model in the Fountaine Pajot range. And for this, I'm joined by Maël. Hello Maël.
Hello Erwan. Hello everyone. Today we're heading out to sea aboard the new 41, testing it in real conditions. This boat was designed for modern cruising. Today we'll be talking about ergonomics and also ease of navigation.
Just to clarify, this model is a hybrid version, the ODSea Plus version. We're going to be covering a lot of technical things. If you'd like more detailed information, please feel free to visit our website, fountainepajot.com. Let's go. We're setting sail and we're going to test this beautiful boat. So one thing that's new on the 41, but also on the other boats that will be added to the range, we're discontinuing the hook system and replacing it with a lashing. A lashing is a vectron extension. It's a length of vectron. And all this will be done automatically. You no longer need to intervene. It's preset and you'll see. We're going to hoist the main and the rope will drop into place by itself. We're enjoying this little trip towards the island of Ile-d'Aix to show you everything on the exterior. And we'll be showing the interior once we arrive, but as for the deck layout, we'll start here at the helm station, which is completely new on this new generation of boats. With a console here that brings together all the instruments, starting with the autopilot, the plotter, the repeaters, and also this screen, which is special to the ODSea Plus systems, our hybrid solution, as well as the controls for the motors. So there you have the helm station, and we're going to move on to the sail maneuvering station. And this really highlights the DNA of Fountaine Pajot with these two distinct areas, yet they're close enough to allow for good communication. Let me show you. So here, as you may have noticed, there's a particular feature. We've switched to Harken winches. Some of them are electric, like this one here as an option. All the maneuvers are centralized, with all the mainsail controls here, including the traveler right here. The main sheet here, the central winch is for the Genoa sheets, and the starboard winch, which can be electric, as an option, is also for the Genoa. The starboard winch is dedicated to the 3 reefing lines. Is the topping lift, the main halyard and the Geneke halyard. So you can see everything is centralized at the helm station. You can handle the boat completely from here. One thing to note here is the work that's gone into the deck hardware on this boat. All the fittings here, as you can see, are from Luma. Something very important that has been improved is the main sheet track, where we've got a covered system so that it's easier to operate. Another special feature of the new 41 is that you've got the option to fit it with solar panels. Here they are fully integrated, 2000 watts of solar panels, which provide greater self-sufficiency for the whole day, and above all, to recharge the batteries, which can be either AGM or lithium. To supplement these 2000 watts of solar panels, you've got the option to add another 250W solar panels to the rigid parts. Another new feature on the new 41 is the bowsprit, as the bowsprit is now made of carbon. It is part of the Gennaker equipment. The bowsprit is used for securing the Gennaker tack. So we've arrived at Île d'Aix. We've just dropped anchor and it's time to take a tour of the boat. We'll start with the outside and then we'll continue inside. So we'll start with the optional platform. And on a 41-footer, this is unique. An electric platform for lifting 150 kilos with a fully integrated dinghy cradle. This platform can descend between 30 and 40 centimeters underwater, which allows you to bring your dinghy over it and raise the whole thing easily. Continuing here at the stern, you have the option of having a lounger, which is a great place to relax and read a book, watch people swimming and enjoy the view. You can have it on the port side or on the starboard side. So, continuing the tour, you can see in the pictures, we've paid particular attention to the design of the upholstery, which is more comfortable, has curves, and provides a great deal of comfort and user-friendliness. Carrying on, there's plenty of storage in the cockpit with a very large locker at the back where, as you can see, you can stow fenders. But also on the central island here, where a large storage compartment can hold your life raft, fins, masks and things like that. On the starboard side, as I said, you can have a lounger, but also an optional plancha. We've placed it here, which frees up space on the aft beam and increases the seating space. Here, something new on this boat is the dedicated location for the life raft. Continuing our tour, you will find the 90-liter cockpit fridge. And then the gas locker. And then, Maël, there's something special about this boat.
That's right, Erwan. So there's a very large opening, a bay window that's over 3 meters wide, creating circulation inside the boat that's been completely redesigned, allowing the various spaces to be connected. Cockpit is directly connected to the galley, the saloon and the helm station, which brings together all the Fountaine Pajot DNA, making this the family catamaran where we can all be on board while still communicating easily with the helmsman. Let's continue with the different living areas of the boat. Erwan, I think you should show us the lounge deck.
Here we are in the lounge deck area, which is a large space. Since the upholstery here is over 2 meters long with a clever trick, which is the position of the backrests. Here, I'm in the classic position. Right next to it, you can tilt the backrest to become a comfortable pillow. Let's continue on to the forward cockpit with lots more to say here that's specific to this boat and this new generation of boats. We're heading safely to the forward cockpit thanks to the integrated handrails. Here on this boat, one unique feature is the sunbathing area in the forward cockpit. It can be converted into a large sun lounging area by raising the backrest, and a special feature is that you have 2 very large lockers under the sun lounger, which are very easy to access. Here you just lift the latch, and here you lift the rings and lift the whole thing up. A large locker here, you've got exactly the same on the other side. So lots of storage space in both forward lockers. If we continue, pauses, another special feature on the new 41 is that the windlass is mounted much further forward than on our previous boats. Why is that? Pauses, simply to have a better view of the anchor. When you're using the remote control, you can really get right up to the martingale and watch your anchor. You have the remote control on one side and you watch from the other. Previously, it was much further back and you didn't have that view. A small detail about the new 41 is this recessed space, which has increased the length of the sun lounging area, creating a 2-meter sun deck. Another new feature is our famous serving hatch, which connects the forward cockpit and the saloon, where we find Maël. Hello, Maël.
Hello everyone.
And he's going to show us the interior.
So I invite you to join me to discover the interior of this new 41. So welcome to the new 41 galley. A galley with plenty of space, a kitchen designed for modern cruising as we mentioned earlier, a galley connected to the different areas of the boat, directly connected to the cockpit through the large bay window, connected to the saloon in this area, and of course connected to the outside via our serving hatch. A galley with plenty of storage space. Right here, you've got a 144-liter refrigerator with 2 drawers. The central island is one of the main features these days of the galley, as it actually offers a large amount of storage space. So there are cupboards, drawers, pauses, but also the option of adding a 65-liter fridge freezer in addition to the 144-liter refrigerator. As for the actual operational side, you've got the stainless steel sink with a large double cupboard just below it. The cupboard just above it can house an optional microwave. Right here we have a gas oven which is optional, which we have chosen to include in this model, the new 41 number 1. Right there, the gas cooker and storage spaces for bottles and everything else you might need to tidy and store in your galley. The worktop continues along the front with more storage space, drawers, a cupboard, a very large worktop, and this connection to the outside. Just behind me here is the lounger, which is the heart of the boat's interior. It's a place that's friendly and welcoming, where you can chat, get together with family and friends, because that's what the DNA of a Fountaine Pajot sailing boat is all about. But it's also a place where you're connected to all areas of the boat, as much the inside as the outside. Thanks to the overhead window, you have a direct view of the rig and the sails. So we can keep watch from here in complete safety and shelter. What's more, you're connected to the safety equipment, and the 360-degree cockpit allows us to be in direct contact with the boat's external environment. Finally, as you can see, we've decided to make use of every bit of space aboard this boat so that you can make the most of the additional storage space. To round off the presentation of this space, there are 3 hatches that you'll see in the floor of the boat, allowing you to store whatever you need.
Thank you, Maël, for your presentation of the saloon. Now, I suggest you show us the guest cabin and then the owner's cabin.
With great pleasure, Erwan. Please follow me. I invite you to discover the starboard hull of this new 41 number 1. In this passageway, we find right here the electrical panel with a new feature, the boat circuit breakers, which are now located here. So this is a small change, as these would have typically been in the engine compartments. In this corridor, there is also some storage space. And just to my right is the bathroom. So this bathroom exists in two versions on the new 41. Either you have a large bathroom for the two guest cabins with a toilet, a shower and a wash basin, or you have the option of having a partition with direct access from the cabins and therefore two toilets, two showers and two wash basins. Inside this guest cabin, there is exceptional width thanks to the raised floor, which is located above the waterline. This is why it does not affect the boat's capacity, but gives considerable volume for a 41-foot boat. At the front, there is a hatch that allows direct access to the forepeak, which can be fitted out as an option. Then there is also storage space, and like all Fountaine Pajot boats, a large porthole letting in plenty of light, as does the deck hatch. I invite you to continue the tour with the aft cabin on the starboard side. A guest cabin where you'll find a new layout for this new 41 with a bed arranged diagonally, giving us different views in this space and also adding a little more volume on the sides. But above all, the truly exceptional innovation here is the generous brightness of the cabin, with an ample aft porthole directly connected to the deck of the boat, a deck hatch and a side porthole, giving you three wonderful sources of natural light and making this cabin feel incredibly bright overall. We continue our tour of the new 41, passing through this convivial space once again, our saloon, to go to the owner's cabin, so the port hull of this new 41. Sliding door, which allows you to isolate the space if you want. Welcome to the owner's hull of this new 41. So, once again, there are quite a few new features. First of all, this diagonally oriented bed, which gives us more perspective combined with the various light sources that we decided to incorporate. A large porthole on the aft bulkhead, a porthole on the side and a deck panel providing plenty of light. All connected to a space that is much larger than you would normally find on a 41-foot boat. In the owner's cabin, you've got a desk area, a large closet with plenty of storage space, the sliding door as we demonstrated before, which allows you to close off the hull or not to create a private space with a large built-in mirror. Continuing our tour with the bathroom of this new 41. A countertop with plenty of space, a large mirror just above it. Behind me is the walk-in shower, which is new in this new 41. I can get in very easily, and there's a lot of volume and space. That's really the key word that will come back from this visit, the space we've managed to incorporate into this new 41. Finally, to finish off, the forepeak, which is connected directly to the owner's cabin. There is the heads compartment, which also has plenty of space.
Thank you, Maël, for presenting the interior. Now let's summarize everything we've seen. Of course, what can you tell us about the number one thing that struck you the most about the boat?
The possibility of having a platform on a 41-footer.
For me, it's the cockpit space, which is friendly, bright, with this large opening onto the saloon.
A well-equipped galley with plenty of storage space, a direct connection to the outside, and a lounger that allows you to be at the heart of the boat and keep a safe watch.
The boat is available with 3 or 4 cabins with 2 or 4 bathrooms.
Interior of the cabins has been redesigned with this raised floor, which gives us exceptional width in the cabins, both for guests and owners. And the diagonal layout of the beds also gives us different views from this cabin.
And then there's also the option of a hybrid version with an electric motor, our ODSea Plus solution, or traditional internal combustion engines. As mentioned in the introduction, we are here on U41, and this is a hybrid version with our ODSea Plus system. In practical terms, how does it work? Well, you'll have 2 electric pods, 2 x 25 kWh with a battery bank and a sufficiently large generator to supply power, the electric pods, the batteries, but also the onboard consumption for 12 and 220 volts. But the most interesting part is here, because what you see at the helm, you'll have a control screen and the engine controls. Here I want to activate the engines, so I press here and there, you can see it. Both propellers light up, and on the screen I'll have both propulsion icons light up. From there I can activate the engines by engaging them ahead like this. Here on the screen we'll have the power required by the pods. Here we're at around 600 watts of power, so I'm really just at idle. And the number of RPM here, the propellers are turning at 241, 242 revolutions per minute. Here I'm running on full electric power, so that's normal. The 2 green lights are on the electric icon. Here I'll have the 2 battery icons. Right now we're at 95% charge. And here is a range indicator. And now, to switch to hydro generation, nothing could be simpler. Just press each motor once. I pressed both buttons. Here on my control screen, I can see that the regeneration icons are lit up in blue. Here we have the indication that I am in hydro generation mode, and from there I can adjust the power of the hydro generation. Here, for example, I'm regenerating, you can see it on the screen. Here, around 500 watts per motor. So here I'm at 1 kW on both motors and I'm recharging my batteries. So we're talking about hydro generation, but what is hydro generation? It's like a bicycle dynamo. In other words, it's the speed of the boat, the flow of water that drives the propellers. The propellers turn and generate electricity. We simply reverse the electrical flow, and that will charge the batteries. The aim of this boat was to try to give more for the same price. I think we succeeded because it's a boat, you could see from the footage, is very rich in so many ways. So we'll see you soon to discover this new boat for real. See you very soon.
See you soon. Thank you.